Welcome to the Find Your Leadership Confidence podcast with Vicki Noethling. You are about to discover impactful lessons that help you grow as an individual, grow your confidence, and find the positive and good within you, so you powerfully and authentically become the best version of yourself. Be sure you visit our website at www.findyourleadershipconfidence.com. While you're there, subscribe to us via your favorite network. Now tune in, get ready, and enjoy the journey of emerging as a leader of exception in the 21st century.
Welcome, everyone, to the Find Your Leadership Confidence podcast. I'm your host, Vicki Noethling, coming to you from Roswell, Georgia. The goal of this podcast is to bring topics and guests that will empower you to become that confident leader, take your business and your life to the next level. Today, I am very pleased to have with me Ash Shukla, and let me talk to you a little bit about his background. So Ash is a holistic business consultant and founder of Financial CHAKRAS. He came to the U.S. in 1989 with just $20 in his pocket and no knowledge of English whatsoever. And after more than 2 decades of working as a successful planner, Ash decided to explore speaking and training consulting. Today, he is an Amazon best-selling author of Sell Like Crazy, a book that changed millions of lives. And he will soon have published his 5th book, probably already published by the time you're listening to this, Financial CHAKRAS. Ash has personally helped more than 5,000 business owners and entrepreneurs, taking their ventures to more than 7 figures in revenue. He is a sought-after keynote speaker and received a congressional honor for his work in helping small businesses. We're going to talk about breaking free from burnout, the financial chakra system for entrepreneurs. Please join me in welcoming my guest, Ash Shukla. Ash, I just think that this is going to be a great interview. It's going to touch those people that are a little woo-woo, as well as business-minded folks. I love talking about the power, the energy that our bodies have. And so it's going to be interesting to see how you bring in the chakras to all this. I always start with 2 easy questions. The first is just to tell everybody, what part of the world do you live in? Where do you call home?
I am in Maryland right now.
What part of Maryland?
I'm in Ellicott City near Columbia, Maryland. So near.
Yeah. Very good. And then we touched a little bit about your journey, but share sort of the pivotal moments as you journeyed from that 1989 poor kid coming to the States, and what things happened in your life that really changed what you do today and why you do it.
Okay, well, first of all, I want to say to your audience, thank you so much for listening to me. I appreciate you guys, and I love you guys very much, okay? And Vicki, thank you so much for having me here. I really appreciate that very, very much.
You're very welcome.
Yeah. So my journey is, look, my dad, when we were coming here, in order for us to get here, my dad was working a government job back home, and he was making US equivalent to $50 a month as of today. Right? And that was his payout. Now, he had worked all his life and he was working for government, and he had saved whatever he could, him and my mom both, right? And they basically had saved about 100,000 rupees. And in 89, in 81, my aunt had applied for us to get our visas and all that. In 89, we got our visas, and when we got the visas, at the same time, my dad was offered an opportunity they were giving him a land and a house for 80,000 rupees. And at the same time, we had gotten our visas. So he had a choice to make, right? So
Yeah.
that house today would have been worth about 10 million, rupees, roughly in the range. So, but he had to make a choice, and he made a choice to come here and to give us better life, right? So that was the starting of our journey. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then the reason I do what I do, I absolutely love what I do, in terms of how I do it and what I do. And it starts with a story where, after my dad had decided, first of all, I'm thankful to him and my mom to risking everything online, putting everything online just to be here. Because when we came here, we had $20 and literally none of us could speak English. So in my journey, the very first thing that happened was we were the first people to get come to a different country, and not knowing when we were going to go back. So it was September 4th, 1989, where we were at the Mumbai International Airport, and we were like, "Wow, it's going to be amazing." But at the same time, we had our entire family there: my mom, my grandparents, my aunts, uncles, cousins. Like whole it was everybody was at the airport saying goodbye to us.
Yeah.
In the evening, we were bowing down to our family. We are taking the blessings. We finally get in the plane. We had never seen a plane from inside before, so we get in the plane. It was amazing. It was beige sidings and maroon carpets and absolutely beautiful. So we get in the plane, and it's a Mumbai International Airport. It's hot and muggy. It's outside, right? So that's pretty much how it is in India. So we get in the plane. We are waiting. The plane is about to take off. Plane doesn't take off at 9 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. They announce there is a technical difficulty. Plane
Oh,
finally takes off at 1:30 at night.
oh, wow.
And now by this point, we are uncomfortable. We don't know what to do. And we are like sitting at the runway. Finally, 1:30, flight takes off. We come to London Heathrow Airport. And it was absolutely gorgeous, Vicky. Absolutely gorgeous at the airport. We had never seen an amazing place like that ever in our life.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We land there, and I had to go to the restroom, and I didn't know how to ask. And I saw this door where people were going in very tense and coming out very happy. I'm like, must be a nice VIP room there, right? so, so that being said, I said, okay, no problem. So, but then I asked the Indian guy, he helped me out. And then I go to the ticket counter, and I see my dad is struggling with the ticket counter person. She's saying something he doesn't understand. He's saying something she doesn't understand. Finally, Indian lady walks up to us and helps us out. And the first thing
Nice.
she says to us is that we have missed our connecting flight. We thought like
Oh,
the world has just left us, right? Literally. And then the next step came in, and I'm like, okay, now what do we do? So she helped us get a hotel voucher and ticket for the next morning and all that stuff. Now, we
nice.
go to the hotel. We had never been in a hotel before. It was absolutely gorgeous hotel. I was like, wow, it's so amazing. And then, we were 16. So me and my brother, we were like pillow fighting and just having some fun with that, right? Because we were so excited, little kids.
Yeah.
And so we go downstairs to eat then because we are, and we're like, okay, we have to eat something because we are hungry. So we go downstairs to eat at a restaurant, and we don't know what we are reading. And basically, Indian lady walks up to us again, and she says, "Hey, let me help you out." So because we don't know what it was, what the food was, none of it, right? So she helps us get a spaghetti, a bread roll, and a salad. And it was, now look, we are vegetarian, so it's like
Yes.
1989, London Heathrow Airport. There's only two words for that, right? Good luck. And that's the only two words that comes to mind.
Oh.
I'm like, okay, I've never had grass in my life, Vicky. And I go for the grass, right? I go for the grass. I'm like, okay, cows eat that,
It's
goats eat
gotta
that.
be okay.
Now we eat that. Okay. That's pretty much how it works.
Yeah.
So I go for the grass, and it was horrible. It was bitter. Then I said, okay, I'll go for the spaghetti. I'm not sure what this is. It's something looks like made out of dough, and I don't know what to do with it. So I just take it and I try to bite it. And it was horrible because it was those plain noodles, like, Kung Fu Panda's dad, like, how he served plain noodles. It was plain noodles. It was horrible. And then finally, I said, you know what, bread is universal. It has to be good. So I tried to take the bread and bite it. And it was a soup roll, English soup roll. So we couldn't bite the bread either.
Yeah, it's
And we went
hard.
to, yeah, it was so hard. So we went to bed hungry that night. So then what happened was I'm like, okay, no problem. So we go to bed hungry that night, and me and my dad literally we made sure next morning we all got to the airport, and we made sure we got on the flight. But in that flight, we had an amazing ride. We had amazing like so much, to discuss what we're gonna do when we come here and all
Yeah.
that stuff, right? And there was one theme in common, right? Obviously, it's an American dream. We are coming over here. We want to accomplish, such amazing things and stuff like that. And I can tell you that across the board, a simplest thing that came to our mind was work, right? Like literally, what it boiled down to was we were going to put our head down and just work. So if I was to
Hmm.
sum up our business plan in one word, and it was work. That was the business
Yeah.
plan, right? So
Hmm.
the reason I say this story is lots of times entrepreneurs, business owners, they might feel stuck, like they're at the Mumbai International Airport and it's hot and muggy and they don't know what to do and they don't know how to whether their business is ever going to take off the ground, right? Then they get to the London Heathrow Airport. Some of them might be at London Heathrow halfway through, or they at least have started the journey, but they're feeling like, oh my God, the ground has left us. I don't know what to do from here. I don't know how to take off and things like that.
Hmm.
And I'm not so sure if I'm going to make it to my destination. So
Yeah.
my promise to my audience is to always, number one, my goal is to help you either reach $1 million plus wealth and or build $1 million plus business or add $1 million to your business. And that being said, most coaches consulting, like I find that they are giving you the ticket to get on the plane, like we got the ticket. And my promise is very simple: is I want to get on the plane with you, so we can
Hmm.
we can go to destination and accomplish your goals and dreams, right? So me and my
Yeah.
dad, like we bought a house within 1 year. We came here on September 4th, 1989. In August of 1990, we had a house, right? So
Nice.
that being said, anything is possible. Anything is accomplished. You can accomplish anything, right? Because when you energetically truly align yourself in a proper way, you can accomplish anything you want, right? Doesn't
Mm.
matter what has happened in your life. Doesn't matter, how things have happened in your life. It doesn't matter what has happened in the past. That has nothing to do with where you are and where you are going. Like that's all. That's
Mm.
my main message to start with here.
Awesome. So I often talk about, when I talk about leadership, how important emotional intelligence and empathy is. And with emotional intelligence, I have always found that my gut brain, my intuition really was my saving grace in many times. So how does intuition help strengthen entrepreneurs and relationships?
So many times, have you ever had an idea like, okay, you go, you know what, man, I wish I did that, right? Man,
Of
I
course.
wish I knew it. I should have just jumped in it and I should have just done it. Correct?
Google.
Yeah, exactly, right? So when you think about that, right? When you just jump in, when you want to think about it, and you know it's the right idea, but you always doubt yourself and always really hold yourself back, right? So what's really happening is internally in terms of chakras, energies, okay? Internally, there are seven energetic centers in your body. These are epicenters. So those of you who don't know what chakras is, okay,
Mm,
I founded Financial CHAKRAS in 2008, and what it is my main mission is to help you achieve $1 million wealth or $1 million business by helping you find your signature financial flow. The question is, how do you find that, right? So
yeah.
intuition that you are referring to, right? In your energetic centers, in your energy centers, there are seven main energetic hubs. They start from the base of your spine and they go all the way to your seventh chakra is right here, at the top of your
Mm,
head. So when you see them, these are epicenters where your nerves meet. And when these nerves are meeting, right, there are about 70,000 nadis that meet in
mm,
your body. And these 70,000 nadis, as they are meeting in your nadis, okay, they are actually communicating internally. And this intuition that you have coming through, right? Imagine 70,000 different command centers coming together and telling you that, hey, it's a good idea, right? Like,
Yeah.
and you are saying,
Right.
no, 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 I think I'm afraid. No, 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 I'm not so sure if I'm gonna make it. No, 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 right? You are literally denying your own like destiny.
Yeah.
So the intuition piece is so crucial because this energetic centers, there are 7 energetic centers, and all of them have a different. So first, you have to understand what's your primary energy. Where do you really come from? Are you a go-getter? Are you a creative person? Are you a communicator? Are you a heart-centric person? Are you a logical person? Are you a grounded person? Well, who are you, right? If you look at from an overall point of view,
Mm-hmm.
the very first thing is once you understand that, right, and you take movement from that point forward. When you take a look at your
Yeah.
current financial flow, is it starts with that. So what you are doing is you're suppressing you're denying your own financial flow. So what's happening
Mm.
is there's a pattern that you have developed, and the pattern is, you know something is true, like this computer. We know this is a computer. We know that's a Zoom
Right.
call, right?
Right.
And if I deny that, no, 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 it will not work. That's a pattern I have developed, right?
Yeah.
No, no, oh my God, if I do a Zoom call, I'm gonna, I don't know, like, light up or something, right? So, or oh my God, like people are gonna see me, and I don't want anybody to see me, right? And actually, there's such a thing where somebody is
Yeah.
afraid of
Oh
those
yeah.
things. What you're doing is
I
you are
know.
suppressing yourself, right? And when that
Yeah.
happens, you're suppressing your intuition, your atma, your soul. You're really
Mm.
suppressing your soul.
Wow.
And my suggestion would be to stop that. Okay?
Yeah.
Just stop it. Because it's not necessary. Just listen to your intuition. It's so important. There are 70,000 nadis that are telling you it's a good idea. Right?
Mm.
And then stop listening to everybody else. Right?
I
Because
was
what
just
happens?
going to say that's the other part, the noise all around you, that you're so afraid of what people are going to think and
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
When I retired and I decided to start a business, people were, who weren't entrepreneurs, for one, family, friends, and all. And they thought, well, why would you do that? Why would you work again? And, this was the best thing that I could ever do.
Yeah. I mean, what else you gonna do, Vicky?
I
Somebody was
know. I'm just not that person. I
exactly
am
like,
not the sitting around kind of person. If you give me $1 million and I can go and do podcasts around the world, or, travel and see all the beaches and things on my bucket list, yeah, but that's still not making me feel like I have a purpose. That
yeah,
I have to give back. So many people gave to me along the way
right.
that I have to give back.
Yeah, yeah. And Vicky, I'll tell you one thing. When you are uh, engaging in that, right? You're listening to your intuition. You're listening to your atma, your soul internally, and you are saying, "Hey, you know what? I'm meant to do something more."
Mhm.
What? Because what else you gonna do? I mean, I'll give you my dad retired a while back. He's 80, right? And he's in his early 80s. Okay, so basically, like, he sits home doing nothing. Now he has a back pain, and he's like, I'm having back pain, right? And then he's like, one day he's like, well, I gotta go to the doctor. But my grandmother just passed away, and all of a sudden he's like, he likes nothing wrong him staying home. He has worked very hard in his life, and I really appreciate him,
Mhm.
right? And I remember one time, Vicky, he was working literally, him and my mom, right? They literally worked 22 to
Yeah.
24 hours a day, round the
Yeah.
clock for 4 to 6 months, just so that they can save some money after coming here in the US, right? So
Mhm.
I'm talking like literally hard work, nothing but that, right?
Mhm.
And now what has happened is he sits home and he gets bored out of his mind because
Yeah.
he's a very active person. So honestly, like
Mhm.
I'm thinking about putting him on TikTok. Like I'm not kidding. Like he loves tinkering with things. He loves what do
Give
you
him
call
a
this?
job.
Yeah, yeah, he loves tinkering with things. He loves he used to be a technician, so he had a full-time job and then part-time kind of like a hobby slash business, sort of home-based
Mhm.
business. and he would fix TVs and radios and all that stuff, right?
My dad
So
did that too.
yeah, see, so he loves that. So what I'm thinking about doing is maybe nowadays you can't really fix things, but what he could do is that he could do some, do some TikTok and do some reviews, or I can get him busy, like, why? Because it's good to engage in your, like, what
Yeah.
else you gonna do? My
It keeps you alive, honest to God.
Yeah, it does. Like,
So
and,
many of my friends from work, when I retired, one of the things that kept on my mind is so many people retired and in 2 years they were gone.
right.
And I think you have to have purpose. You have to keep active, and for me, I want to live a long life. I have two grandboys, so
Yeah, exactly, right. And then, so it's like, we have, anyways, he has plenty of grandkids too, right? So
hmm
what I'm trying to say is that energetically, he is very active person. That's who he is, right? Intellectually, he's very smart, and he doesn't like to sit around. So what he does is he will play games or something like that. And I was talking to my siblings, and they're like, why would you do that to him? Why would he put? Why would you? And they all work at a regular. I'm like, look at him now versus look at him a few years ago, and all he has to do is put his mind and his body and his soul where it belongs. And once he does that, he will find his, energy, like the life again. Whether he will
yeah,
be it's not about becoming ultra successful or whatever,
that's
but
right.
engaging, right? So your inner soul, your energetics, when it's connected in the right way, right? You are wired. Those of you who are listening, you are wired in one way, shape, or form. In it, so the question is, what's your wiring, right? What's your primary energy, and what's your current financial flow? And once you figure that out, you can create a signature financial flow, which I'm happy to help you guys out with. When you visit my website, there is a
hmm
event that I do once a month, and you guys should check it out, called Financial Chakras event. And I can help you, like, because, but the thing is that having the desire
Yeah.
to do that is the number one thing. And Vicky, I love your story. Thank you for that. Thank you for contributing to the community. I really appreciate that very much.
Yeah, I was thinking, your dad also could volunteer. Part of, when I talk about leadership, I say leading with your heart, your head, and your hands. And your hands are your service leadership. And, one of the best things when I was first starting out in business as for working for corporate was I did volunteering for building houses and doing other projects where I was exposed to mature people who had skills that I didn't have, that had stories and wisdom that I needed, and they were happy to share it. And so, that might be something that you could have your dad do as well. Find some causes to be involved with.
Yeah, absolutely. And I believe that everybody should be, right? So I think
Yeah.
that energetically it's important to be involved, and it's important to work, and it's important to keep your mind active, right? I mean, I have clients who are, in their 70s, and some of them are like closer to 80s, and they're up and running and they're vibrant because they're working, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So we sometimes get stuck in those unhealthy cycles. And how do we break free from that?
Unhealthy cycles. Okay, great. So the first thing is understand how universe works, right? So when you have everything in the universe is energy, right? Energy has frequency, and frequency
hmm
creates form. And this energy cannot be destroyed or created, it can only be transformed. So what
hmm
it is that what you are doing right now, you are sitting in a type of energy as we speak, right? And in this case, it's called, you can say it's a what do you call this, lazy energy. Okay, you could, if you want to put it that way, that's fine.
No
Okay,
movement. Yeah.
yeah, no movement, right? So it's like your cell phone. So think of it, as those of you who are listening, how much you understand this, right? The concept of energy, how it works. So you think about it for a second. Now, what did I say? Everything in the universe is energy. Energy has frequency. Frequency creates form. This energy cannot be created or it cannot be destroyed. It can only be transformed. from one
Mm-hmm.
form into another. So I'm going to prove it to you as an example. So, basically, this is a cell phone. Now imagine, Vicky, can you take a cell phone from in your hand? Can you take your cell phone?
No, maybe not.
Grab anything. Let,
I'll just grab.
yeah, grab something.
Yeah, don't 1 second. I'll grab something. Ah, how about Tic Tacs?
Okay, fine. Tic Tacs it is. Okay. Now hold it on your hand and pretend it's your phone. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna pretend it's your cell phone. So
All
your
right.
hand is burning hot. Like now it's a stove, right? I'm gonna turn on the stove. The stove is on. Okay, and this phone is actually burning. When the
Ah.
phone is burning, right? When this phone is burning, your phone is burning. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
uh, at that point in time, when the phone is burning and it's burning and it's burning and burning and burning and burning, so what's happening to your phone, Vicky? Is the phone really gone?
No.
No, phone is melted, right? It's either some
Yeah.
of it is evaporating, some of it
Mm-hmm.
is melting, and the other parts that are, because the fire is not hot enough, it's not going to melt, it's going to stay as is, correct?
Right, right.
But the question is the phone really gone?
No.
No, the phone is
No.
not gone. Phone is still here. It's just in a
Yeah.
different form, right? Just like that,
Transform to something
transform,
different.
right? It's
Well, that's like
transformed.
steel, you
It's
know.
like steel, exactly.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Yeah,
So steel, it goes from solid to liquid to a different form. Or
yeah,
glass blowing. I
Gla-
love to watch glass blowing shows
exactly.
where they
Yeah,
take a rod and
right.
make it into some beautiful piece, but it has
Exactly.
to be heated, and
Yeah,
that's the hard.
that's the heart. Exactly. Right. So if you think about it, Vicky, everything in the universe is energy. Energy has frequency. Frequency creates form, and nothing can be either created or destroyed. It can only be transformed. So if you
Yeah.
think about this phone before, when it was a phone, it was what?
Mm-hmm.
A steel, a glass,
Mm-hmm.
some sort of
Uh-huh.
oil, maybe, right? Because it was plastic, so it's oil, right? It was in a different form. When
Right.
everything came together, frequency matched, right? So when frequency matches attraction, happens.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
frequency matches attraction, happens. When frequency don't match, when your goals are here and
Mm-hmm.
your frequency is here, guess what? There's always going to be a
Yeah,
miss, right? So when
yeah.
frequency matches attraction, happens. When frequency
Mm-hmm.
doesn't match, attraction doesn't happen. It's simple as that. If this phone, as I put this phone in my hand, and let's say I did not turn on the stove, will this phone melt?
No,
No, it will not transform into a different form.
no.
Correct? So the
Right.
frequency of the fire is what's causing this form to transform.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the first thing is understand the how this works. So what you are looking to create is already here. It's right in front of you. You don't see it. It exists in an energetic form in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Universe already gave it to you called energy. Some of
Right.
you might call it God.
Mm-hmm.
Others might call it something else. Even if you don't believe in God, it's okay. But the frequency exists, whether you
Yeah.
say it one way or not. So the question now becomes as to what is
Mm.
that frequency that's required from you, because you are the fire, right? What frequency is required from you in order for you to match what you're trying to attract?
Right.
And it's
Mm.
literally that simple once you understand that. Like I have somebody right now that I'm working with, right? They were in really big trouble, and because of my help, they got out. Right? Their family was really, leaving them, and nobody was talking to them, and things like that. And once they came to my daily wealth manifestation, and they really started, doing frequency matching, literally in
Mm.
3 months, their grandson came back, granddaughter came back, daughter came back, son-in-law came back, and whole family got together, and they are
Nice.
happily ever after, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
question is, when the frequency matches attraction happens, and the question is, are you really creating the right frequency to
Mm.
meet what you're looking to meet, right? Vicky,
Mm-hmm.
so That is the most important piece in terms of energy, in terms of frequency, in terms of attraction. Because
Right,
what do?
right.
We constantly look at what we don't have. When was the last time you made a list of things you do have?
A list of things, probably when I moved.
Exactly. It makes sense, right, Vicky? It's like, I think it's so crucial.
Yeah, really, that is so important.
Mhm.
So time has flown by. You and I could talk for hours. For those that really would like to delve deeper into this discussion, Ash told you that you can get some tools off of his website to find out where you're currently at, your energy, or what's getting you stuck. And so I'm going to share, as always, my slide of his contact information. If you're just listening, you're going to want to watch this later, but you can get all the information on my YouTube channel as well as my findyourleadershipconfidence.com. Please subscribe to one or both. So as you see, there's the books that Ash has done. We're going to give you the website. It is financialchakras.com. Very easy to remember, same name as his book, financialchakras.com. Facebook is his name, Ash Shukla, and LinkedIn is also Ash Shukla with the word consults at the end. So Ash Shukla Consults. I'm going to turn it over to Ash. He'll kind of give you a little bit of an idea of what he has out on his website, tools, resources, as well as what he puts out on Facebook and LinkedIn that might help you, how often he puts things out, and touch a little bit about each of his books so that you might want to take a little deeper look at each of those as well. It's all yours, Ash.
Thank you so much, Vicky. For first of all, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you very much. And those of you who are listening, I want to tell you I love you guys very, very much, and it's my pleasure to serve you today. And I want to let you know, when you go to my website, financialchakras.com, there's going to be few things that you're going to find. Very first thing on the like main page, right? You'll find a video, everything you want to know, like what is financial chakras? How did I discover them? How did I build it out? What did I do with, like, there's about 10-minute video that will explain
Mm.
everything to you in detail, step by step. Okay, first and foremost. Secondly, you're going to find a section where you'll find it says manifestation. If you are looking to do meditation every day live with somebody every single day, where I actually do meditations twice a day, where I work with your subconscious programming, then I help you get balanced in 5 areas of life: in your health, relationship, business, finance, and spirituality. And then last but not least, we do celebrations every day. A lot of entrepreneurs, individuals, business owners find themselves alone. And I have created curated a community where in this, by signing up in this way, because of this podcast, you'll get 14 days of no charge. It'll be, and you can sign up for just $47 a month, or you can pay annually, or you have a lifetime option as well. You ask me for those, they're not on the website. And then the most important piece, if you are in business, if you're looking to really get yourself unlocked, right, and making sure that you
Mm.
are no more blocked anymore, okay, look at my 3-day event. It says events on my website, and you will see there's a webinar and then there's a 3-day event. That 3-day event is like my signature event that I do it at low investment, high return. And I spend 3 full days with you to really help you understand how to measure your potential in dollars, how to measure your emotions in dollars using my financial chakras formula. It's a mathematical formula that I have created to help you understand your total potential and how to really build your life from scratch. Then, more importantly, I go in when you come to the 3-day event. I help you understand your primary energy, and I help you find your current financial for what's causing this issue. We get to the root cause of the whatever is going on internally using chakras and so forth. But most importantly, right, I help you create a signature financial flow and I will do exercises with you where I'll help you create a breakthrough right there on the spot. So that way, if you have issues going on, my goal by the time you walk away from that event is to make sure to help you create a breakthrough and to give you, your signature financial flow so you can build your life the way you want it, right? So that is my target with that particular event. And I would highly recommend you doing that. And if you have more questions, there's a button that says book now. All that is my calendar link, and you can just book the call with me. And any questions you have, any concerns you have, anything like that, feel free to ask me. On that website, there are testimonials. Check them out. There's a one testimony. Her name is Sherry, and I took her from 6 million to 12 million in business. She was a financial advisor, came to me, said, I want to go to 12 million in 1 year. We did that in 3 months. There's another guy by the name Charlie. He's like, I'm at 600,000. I want to grow. We grew his practice to 22 million. There's another lady who runs a wellness center. She was a $250,000. She's right now at over $1 million in revenue. And my friend, all I can tell you is that all this is because of what I do and how I do it. And it is my honor to be able to serve you. And if any way I can serve you, thank you so much for your trust.
Awesome.
I love you very much, and I'll see you on the other side. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your stories, your wisdom, and your financial chakras foundational information. But I do encourage everyone to go to his website and get his book so that you can begin your journey to becoming a more fulfilled entrepreneur and achieving the success you deserve.
Thank you, Vicki, and thank you all for joining me. Love you guys.
As always, I remind everyone that life is a journey, and it's up to you to enjoy the ride. This is Vicki Noethling, signing off.
Thank you for tuning into the Find Your Leadership Confidence podcast with Vicki Noethling, where we share impactful lessons that help you grow as an individual, grow your confidence, and find the positive and good within you so you powerfully and authentically become the best version of yourself. Remember to visit our website at www.findyourleadershipconfidence.com and enjoy even more great episodes like this one. Again, while you're here, subscribe to us via your favorite network. We look forward to seeing you next time on the Find Your Leadership Confidence podcast.